All right, let's talk about artificial intelligence. It is set to totally change, well, everything. We're talking about the potential to drive massive scientific breakthroughs, to streamline basically every industry you can think of. The power to solve some of humanity's biggest problems is absolutely incredible. But how do we actually navigate this new frontier?
And that's where we land on the central question, isn't it? With all that immense power, is this a story of endless promise or one of some pretty serious peril? The honest answer is, it could go either way.
See, the thing is, the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's not something that's just going to happen to us. It's something we have to actively build. And its real impact on all of us is going to come down to the rules, the ethics, and the safety guardrails we decide to put in place starting right now.
So before we can even talk about building those guardrails, we've got to get real about the risks. And this isn't some far-off science fiction scenario. The dangers are very, very real, and they're here today. Okay, first up, and this is a huge one, algorithmic bias. It's so important to get this right. This isn't just some technical bug in the code. AI learns from data that we humans create. And if that data is full of our own historical inequalities and prejudices, well, the AI doesn't just learn those biases, it can amplify them on a massive scale.
And this isn't just an abstract idea, right? This has real-world consequences for real people. It can mean a qualified person gets passed over for a job. It can mean someone gets denied a loan they desperately need for a house. It can even mean someone faces a harsher sentence in court, all because the algorithm it was trained on was fundamentally biased.
But, bias is just the tip of the iceberg. AI is hungry for data, which creates enormous privacy risks for all of us. And when you have autonomous systems, you get these weird accountability gaps, like who's to blame when a self-driving car crashes? And that's before we even get to the really big societal shifts, like widespread job displacement or the truly terrifying idea of autonomous weapons.
And all of these dangers, they're all tangled together, creating this incredibly complex web of digital threats. One of the biggest problems is that a lot of the time we don't even know how these systems are coming to their conclusions.
This is what we call the black box problem. An AI could deny you a loan, for example, but be totally unable to explain why. It's just a mystery. And if you don't know why, how can you trust it? How can you possibly fix it when it's wrong? That's where explainable AI, or XAI, comes in. It's about forcing the system to show its work, making its decisions totally transparent.
So, okay, that's a lot of scary stuff. What do we do about it? We can't just cross our fingers and hope for the best. We need a real, solid framework for building trust into these systems and making sure they're developed responsibly.
Yeah, there's no single silver bullet here. It's got to be a team effort on multiple levels. So at the international level, you have big regulations taking shape, like the EU's AI Act. Then you have the industry itself, setting technical standards for safety and quality. And then at the ground level, every single organization has to commit to core ethical principles like fairness, transparency, and safety. Everybody has to be involved.
That's the big picture strategy. But what does that actually look like for the people building this stuff? What are the practical hands-on tools, the actual guardrails that developers can use to make AI safer right now?
Think of this as the practical checklist for building AI the right way. You got to start by actively hunting for bias and stamping it out. You have to demand that explainable AI we were just talking about. And, of course, you need rigorous testing and constant monitoring. But, and this is absolutely critical, you have to keep a human in the loop.
In this point, this might be the most important guardrail of all, especially in high-stakes situations. We're talking medicine, the justice system, national defense. The AI can be an amazing assistant. It can analyze, it can recommend, but that final call, the ultimate decision, that has to be made by a person, someone who can bring context, ethics, and moral judgment to the table.
So where does all of this leave us? As we're standing here at the dawn of this completely new era, one thing is becoming crystal clear. The path that AI takes, well, that's not up to the technology. It's up to us.
At the end of the day, building powerful algorithms might actually be the easy part. The really hard part, the human part, is figuring out how to bake our values, our wisdom, and our foresight into the very code of the systems we create, to make sure they truly serve everyone.
So I want to leave you with this question. As AI becomes more and more a part of our daily lives, there's obviously no single fix. But if you had to pick just one, which of these guardrails do you think is the most critical to protect our future? Is it transparency? Is it human oversight? Is it fighting bias? It's a question we all really need to start thinking about.